Last box.
Goodbye, Calvin. I wish you well.
Thank you. I wish you the same.
Okay, House of Payne fans. Now, some fans were curious as to why Laura's mother was rather cold to Calvin when she stopped by the condo with Laura to pick up her remaining items. I look at it from this perspective. At this point, I can see why she is acting the way she was in that episode. And I'm not exactly taking sides here, despite what some people feel like. Oh, every video, you're on Laura's side this video, then you're on the Payne side this video, then you're on Calvin's side, pick a side. It's like I said before, when it comes to the way this show is written, some episodes, a character, I completely agree with their stance on something. But then in the very next episode, that same character, I think, is acting foul. So the only thing consistent about these Tyler Perry shows is the inconsistency. Plus, me showcasing that in the way I either side or stand against a character should show you there's not really much bias on my end. Because if I was really rocking with one particular side, I would always have something positive to say about Laura, or I would always say something positive to say about the Paynes. However, that is not the case. But to get to the point, you got to think about when Laura's mother, feel free to let me know if I'm wrong about this. Didn't she show up towards the beginning of this season to talk to Ella? Yeah, Ella. Because I think Janine and Jasmine were over at the house with her. And then when her mom came, they sat and talked for a while. And then Ella, told Janine and Jasmine if they could step out so we could, we could talk, woman to woman. Because the thing about Laura is whenever she feels attacked or not protected or whatever by her man, she calls in the reinforcements, aka her parents. And that's usually a bad thing because number one, she's only telling her side of the story. And number two, her side of the story is usually her being depicted as the victim. Calvin didn't protect me. His family came at me. I didn't do anything wrong and yada, yada, yada. So when Laura's mom first came into town, and I'm not counting, when she came over to the condo with her husband to meet Calvin and have dinner with him, but I'm talking about when her mom came to town to meet with Miss Ella specifically. At first, it was a bit antagonistic, but once they sat down and she got to know Ella a little bit more, it turned from aggression to understanding and just a simple request of, I know you have a lot on your plate. If you could just make some room for Laura as well, because she speaks highly of you and she wants to form a relationship with you. That's all I'm asking. So after that, I believe that's when she went over to the condo to talk with, Laura and by extension, Calvin. Her mom showed up twice. Yeah, her mom showed up twice this season. Well, this is the third time, but the second time was after the whole Laura blocked everybody. Yeah, that's right. So her mom's like, make things right. So at this point, I'm thinking her mom was just kind of fed up. Because think about it this way. Supposedly, Laura and the family had made peace. She unblocked them. Calvin was irate, acting mad, so he didn't need to get involved. And the next thing you know, her dad shows up and Laura's a hot mess, emotional by being overwhelmed by everything. And then her dad said, well, let me know if you need anything or if you want to come home. So I imagine that her father relayed this information to his wife. So Laura's mom simply heard about their daughter having a hard time. Then the next time Laura contacts her parents, it's about the fiasco at the birthday party. And keep in mind, regardless as to whether or not you side with Laura or not, she told the story the way she told the story. I was attacked. I spent all this money on Christian's cell phone, his gift, and his parents made him, give it back. And then everybody jumped on me, and Calvin didn't defend me, and yada, 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 yada. So her dad, no doubt, told this to his wife. And then her dad went to come pick her up. And then when Laura got home, again, no doubt in my mind, she went in on the whole family and then probably asked her mom, can you come with me to get the rest of my things? And by that, you could tell why Calvin's mother wasn't as warm and receiving to him as before. She wasn't mean. She was just a bit cold and distant. And then as they were leaving, I wish you well. Thanks. Same to you. And then she looks at him and then leaves. So that, in my opinion, is why Laura's mom really didn't have much warmth or love for Calvin as she made another appearance at the condo with her daughter. Because at this point, it's like, you know what? Tried to be nice, tried to be reasonable. But despite that, you didn't man up and protect my little girl, so we're out of here. And let's not forget, her husband probably mentioned how Calvin got up in his face too. That's another thing. So it's like, oh, you can get up in his face, but you can't talk to your family about, welcoming Laura. Yeah. So, all bets were off. Because keep in mind, she heard from Laura about, Miss Ella attacking me with the rest of them again. And it's like, well, after I went over there and tried to get this one to be nice to you, okay, we're done. That's it. So that's my opinion on Laura's mother's, change of demeanor towards Calvin. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.